folks, welcome to Cardinal Bistro. I'm Chef Karen Thomas, as you all know, and here we are back in the swing of things. It's September. We are in full swing. We've been back in school for 2 weeks. Very busy 2 weeks, just getting all the kids adjusted and back into the swing of things. So what I felt this month, maybe we would do a little bit of an informative segment of the show today. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our food program and what we offer the kids every day at throughout the whole school system. And with me today, I brought my colleague and boss, Gail Oliveira, and she's very knowledgeable. She's our director, and she can give you all the information that you'll need on our food program and how to get all the kids going and really joining up and being a part of the program. We have a wonderful, healthy, great program for all the kids, and Gail will be really good to tell you all about that. So, Gail, welcome to the show, and nice to have you here.
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here. One of the things that I'd like to explain is, what do we do here? Chartwell School Dining has been in Swansea Public Schools. We've had a partnership for the last 4 years. And while I am an employee of Chartwell's, and so is Karen, we're family. We're family. We've blurred the lines in regard to our fondness with Swansea, how we feel we're part of the family, and how Swansea makes us feel part of the family.
Most
so
definitely.
As far as we're concerned, it's just wonderful to be here. I thought it was important to do an overview of the school meal program because since the beginning of the year, we get a lot of questions from parents, especially new parents that their children are very new to the district. So I just want to give you this in a nutshell about what we do. We are part of the National School Lunch Program. About 30 million children participate in this country in the National School Lunch Program, and Swansea is no different. But when you're part of the National School Lunch Program or the School Breakfast Program, you are guided by the rules of the federal government. And while there's a lot of great rules, you're also partially subsidized by the federal government. The National School Lunch and the School Breakfast Program allows school districts to offer meals to those that might not be able to afford meals, those that are economically challenged, those that under normal circumstances, if we didn't have the National School Lunch or the School Breakfast Program, they might not have a meal a day. Whereas here in Swansea and a lot of other public school districts across the country, kids can eat. They can eat breakfast, they can have lunch, either free or at a reduced price. And quite frankly, even if a student isn't eligible for a free or a reduced price meals, it's probably the best deal in town.
Would you say, Gail, that most of our students are participating in the breakfast program as well as the lunch? I feel on a day-to-day basis, seeing all the kids that come through and everything, maybe a lot of kids don't know that we have the breakfast program here throughout the district. So very important. One of the best meals of the day, one of the most important meals of the day is breakfast. It's going to fuel your brain, fuel you for the day. Even more important than lunch, we love that you participate in lunch, but breakfast being your key. And we do offer that. We offer a very healthy breakfast, lots of choices, and
Karen's right. A lot of families don't understand that if they were eligible for free lunch, they're also eligible for free breakfast, or if they're eligible for reduced price lunch, which is 40 cents, they're eligible for reduced price breakfast, which is 30 cents. But even for those that might not be economically challenged, let's face it, breakfast is $1.50 and you can get a full breakfast. At the elementary schools, we do a grab and go. And we do find that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Studies have shown that it helps with behavior, with attention, with even kids wanting to come to school. And a lot of parents don't even have time, unfortunately, in these busy times to do breakfast. So I'm glad you did mention it. So I'm hoping people take advantage of it. What we do here in Swansea, while we do follow the rules, we have to be clever with our menus because let's face it, we want the kids to have and enjoy a great meal. And Karen's great at that for helping to create the menus. She has the imagination and she has the skill and she's been training the staff. We have a wonderful staff here in Swansea. I've always bragged about them. Our staff at the junior high, the 4 elementary schools and the high school, they work very, very hard for your children. And we work to put a complete meal out for a very minimal amount of dollars. Let's face it, $2.60 is a lunch price at the elementary school. $2.85 is the lunch price at the junior high school and the high school. You know what that pays for? The meal price pays for food, the labor to produce the meals, the light bill, essentially, and all other supplies. A study was done about 10 years ago by the School Nutrition Association and found that the cost to make an average school meal over 10 years ago was $2.91. So think about it. That was about 10 years ago. We're only charging $2.60 for the elementary lunch and $2.85. So I think we have to be pretty clever, and our staff has to be quite clever to put out a great meal that is nutritionally balanced according to the dietary guidelines for Americans. And everybody does have their definition of what's good nutrition, but we follow the basics: whole grains, low fat, reduced sugar. But it also has to have enough, our lunches and breakfasts have to have enough calories to sustain your child throughout the day.
And at the same time, we do listen to the children. We listen to what they want to eat. We have suggestion boards up, so we take all that they want to eat into consideration, and we plan all our menus around, basically what they want to eat, what they want to see. We want them to participate. We want them to eat. We want them to have fun. We want, to have a good experience in the lunchroom. And if they're getting what they're suggesting with our creativity and following our rules and guidelines, it's a win-win.
I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about the paperwork. Very, very essential. We have posted on the Swansea Public Schools website the free and reduced application for school year 2018. If you submit anything prior to that, unfortunately, we cannot accept it. What is the free and reduced application? The free and reduced application is that paperwork required by the state and the federal government to allow us to process the correct information so that when your children come into the district, if there is an income eligibility issue, that paperwork is scrutinized, reviewed, and is hopefully then approved so that your children can always be available to have a free breakfast or a free lunch or a reduced price breakfast at 30 cents or a reduced price lunch. That paperwork is essential and it must be filled out every single year. We cannot accept any carryover. It's just a federal rule. As a matter of fact, this year, if your paperwork hasn't been sent in and received by Lynn Nunes at the administration office by October 12th, whatever your status was last year will revert to paid, and you would be responsible for paying it. We do have our challenges, and we don't want that to happen, so I strongly urge the Swansea community and any other community out there that is their children are participating in their programs, get your paperwork in. It's really, really easy. It's confidential, and once your child is eligible for free or reduced meals, that is confidential as well. There is nothing called what we call overt identification. No one knows it. And a child just comes through the lines and has their great breakfast and has their great meal at a very nominal cost. And even if you are not eligible, again, $2.60 at the elementary schools for lunch, $1.50 for breakfast, $2.85 at the junior high school and the high school. It's about the best deal around for a healthy meal. And thank you for Karen and her staff for being able to provide it. Karen, let's talk one more thing before we go. What are some things I want you to tell the folks? What have you been doing other than your shows, which, by the way, I think I probably have to watch a few more of them so I can do something other than not opening a box of cereal for dinner. What are some things that we've done for Swansea that folks may or may not know about?
Well, I think we've done quite a bit in the last year alone, outside of the shows, which are fantastic and fun, and we have a ball with. The kids love. The teachers are starting to love. I'm starting to get a lot of people that want to just be involved in the shows, and I think it's great for everyone to just come together and really know the kitchen staff and, you know, the camaraderie in the kitchen now with teachers and students. It's just wonderful, just a great environment. Some other things that we're doing, some exhibition cooking. I'm going to be taking a little bit of what I do and coming out into the cafeterias and being interactive with students and doing exhibition cooking with them. So that's something on the table, which I think is going to be
I think so. Yeah.
a winner. I think the kids just love seeing that there's a chef in place, and they get to come and just know me and, hey, Karen, and, you know, want to help out. And so I can't wait to get into the elementaries with that.
There's a lot of nutrition education things that we can do with it. Believe it or not, there are students, I've been in school districts, there are students out there that have never seen a star fruit or broccoli or certain other kinds of vegetables. We serve all different kinds of vegetables, but we also understand that if children have not been introduced to certain foods at home, they're skeptical when they come to school. Back in the day when we were in school, school lunch was so much different.
Yeah. So being able to go out into the other schools and, you know, do some tastings and let the kids feel broccoli and see different things and see how it's cooked. And I think it's just a wonderful thing. I love to see, especially going into the elementaries, I love being with the smaller kids. And they get so excited over everything that we do. So
another thing that the public might not know is we do some catering.
We do catering,
for example, and we have the Cardinal Bistro cafeteria with takeout, and that's been pretty successful with our adults. And we want to grow the program, because let me tell you one thing about the school meal program. The school meal program in Swansea, like many programs, has to be self-supporting. We have to, with the monies that comes in, either partial subsidies from the government or from what's paid as a school meal, goes to support the groceries, the labor bill, the light bill. It's a separate account that is a self-supporting account, so we are always challenged. So we want to use our imagination. If we can do some catering in a district, again, any monies, it does not go to Chartwell's, it comes back to Swansea Public Schools. If we serve food at, say, a football game, that might be coming up. Again, all that money comes back to Swansea Public Schools and pays the bill. And whatever's extra, we're hoping that we could also help to support the sports teams. That's our goal as well this year. So
I think for me, the opportunity for everybody who's just let us on board with all of these things, let us on board with the catering, on board with the football games, and just doing food in different areas, I think has been wonderful, especially for me and my background. This is what I love. This is just, you know, everything that I love to do. So I could just have my creativity and take it and run. So it's really been a wonderful opportunity and great.
It's been actually great for me, and one of the reasons why when I came on board about 4 years ago, I was the food service director, and while we had great staff, we needed a little something, and so fortunately Karen was available, and since she's come on board, we bounce a lot of ideas off one another, and again, we bounce a lot of ideas off the staff, but by the time we help to brainstorm and pull it together, it's all for the benefit of Swansea Public Schools. I would also be remiss if I didn't talk about Chartwell's. Behind the scenes, Chartwell School Dining provides a lot of support for me. We could not be the sole success without the registered dietitians, the culinary experts that provide all the recipes, and the financial experts, the district managers, the vice presidents. I look like one person, Aaron looks like one person, but we have so much support, and we're grateful. And then we have the support of Swansea Public Schools. And again, that's been my family for the last 4 years, and I hope to be able to stay for a while.
Great place to be.
Yep, wonderful place to be. Wonderful.
All right, Gail. Well, thank you very much. This has been a wonderful program, very informative. I hope you enjoyed it today. I hope you learned something, a little bit about our program and a little bit about what we do. Next month, we will be back on set in the kitchen. We have October, so we have Halloween. I love my theme months, so we're gonna have a spooky recipe. We're gonna be doing some Halloween treats. We're gonna have a lot of fun next month. So with my staff, we'll see you next month. Thank you again, and have a nice day. Thank you, Gail.
All right, thanks.